And Barnaby Joyce spoke with Radio National this morning. What did he have to say?
Look, this is very interesting because it's all unfolding as we speak and we're still trying to figure out what it means. So Barnaby Joyce this morning confirming that he is not going to recontest his seat, the seat of New England in the federal parliament or the seat of Upper Hunter, which is the New South Wales equivalent seat at the next election for the Nationals. It's not clear, though, whether or not he will keep sitting with the Nationals. He says he's not going to attend the party room meetings here in Canberra, but that doesn't clarify whether or not he's still actually going to formally remain a member of the Nationals or not. He has made it clear that he doesn't feel comfortable or welcome in the Nationals party room anymore, and he certainly put that down to the leadership of David Littleproud. Now, for his part, David Littleproud this morning is saying that Barnaby Joyce was elected as a National, he's open and welcome and they want him to stay. Other Nationals MPs have been coming out over the last few days saying they want Barnaby to stay as well. But it's clear the relationship at a personal level has deteriorated significantly. The timing is really curious, Gemma, because Barnaby Joyce is also pointing to policy issues, saying that he cannot abide by a position that supports net zero and that's part of his decision to step away. But the Nationals are very close to coming to a position that is likely not an endorsement of net zero. We'll find out in the next couple of days, but they've been talking about net zero, but not at any cost, if they can flesh that out a bit further. But there's no way that the Nationals are continuing with a policy of net zero and will find a way to get there. So for Barnaby Joyce to say that that's a rationale behind his departure doesn't really make a great deal of coherent sense. So I think you can see that the personalities here are playing a really big role in what's happening.
And what's the prospect of Barnaby Joyce joining One Nation?
Look, he's definitely talking to Pauline Hanson. He told us on Radio National this morning that he had a conversation with her last night. They spoke for about 5 minutes or so. He says he's not progressing talks or anything like that, but he wants to keep all of his options open. So he doesn't want to rule anything in or anything out. It would certainly be an attractive option for Barnaby Joyce as someone who wants to not just to have a role in Parliament, but wants a prominent role, the prospect of a potential leadership role if he were to take over the leadership from One Nation once Pauline Hanson retires. She is over 70 now, so that would be appealing to Barnaby Joyce, as would their fairly solid support base, particularly in his neck of the woods here in New South Wales. We've seen in the Hunter region the One Nation has done relatively well, so there is a natural support base there. But it really raises a big question for Barnaby Joyce of what he thinks he can achieve that would be different or better from his position currently in the Nationals, with a party that is on the crossbench and doesn't hold any levers of power, doesn't have the prospect of being in government or being a shadow minister in a future cabinet. So that's something Barnaby Joyce will no doubt have to weigh up as he's deciding what his next step in his political life is.